How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome along to the Motorcycle Hour podcast, where we talk all things motorcycling. A quick shout out to our sponsors, Terence Healy Motorcycles Tullamore, your main Honda dealer for the Midlands. City Spares Motorcycling, Cherry Orchard Industrial Estate Dublin, your Honda and Suzuki agent. And motorcyclingtraining.ie, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle training needs. Before we kick it off, we do want to give a reminder that this podcast is intended for audience of 18 years and older. So just remember this when deciding where and when you listen. How's it going, folks? I hope you're all keeping well. And in the wise words of Christy Moore, you're welcome everyone, whether you're a special branch or on the run. We're here joined in studio as ever, back for episode 53, I believe. Cha, am I right in saying that?
53, bud.
53, as you heard himself there, all 5'3.5", and he's sitting up there, proud as punch, big red head on him, not a bother.
Absolutely.
It's a big bowled head on him.
The big bowled head on him. He's here anyway. That other familiar voice there is, of course, the one and only Mr. Motorcycle Trend himself, Tony Moore. How are you, man?
Not a bother, yeah. Living the dream.
Living the dream. You were away in Spain. We'll get into that now shortly. You know, you were in Canaries Islands or something.
Canary Islands, yeah.
Canary Islands. And this whole podcast is about the next man who has also been on the podcast a couple of times. Another motorcycle training guru, James Moore, is on. He's going to be telling us about a trip he's done recently over in Europe. You were in Portugal and Spain and all over the shop.
Yeah, well, Spain and Portugal, yeah.
Yeah.
And the main reason was to go to Padma for the blessing of the helmets.
Absolutely, yeah. Good trip.
Yeah, great trip, yeah.
We're going to dive into that and give us the whole down low on planning that and what way you went and all that sort of stuff. Before we kick it off, if you're hearing some distortion in the background, we can only apologise. We're recording this in the middle of Storm Amy and the rain is absolutely torrential here. So apologise for the little bit of distortion in the back, but we can plan a lot of things. We can't plan the weather, unfortunately. That's just the way it goes.
Not in Ireland, no way.
Not in Ireland.
Look, the listeners will still listen to it, hey, let me tell you.
They're dead sound. They are a sound old bunch now, I have to say that, without a doubt. Cha, any motorbiking or anything before we get on to James? Have you been out on your bikes at all lately or anything?
Yeah, I took the boys out there last week. Went to poor old Steve Mooney's Month's Mine Mass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, myself.
Jesus, that was a month already.
Already.
Incredible.
That's
God, yeah.
Absolutely fucking.
God.
It's frightening now. I tell you, being honest, time's going so fast. You know.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
For me, it's going back. Like, I mean, every time I look in the mirror, I think I'm 21. Hey, you know what I mean?
You'd want to change your mirror, lad. It needs to be calibrated. And
it needs to be fucked out.
It needs to be fucked out. Is right. Holy Jesus. What about yourself, Tony? You were away in Gran Canaria.
I was away in Gran Canaria out in the sun. Yeah, I did go do a bit of biking myself, and Ben hired a couple of bikes for a day and went out around the island. And yeah, I mean, that's the good thing about it. Like I said, now that Ben has his full license, you know, it just opens up so many avenues. And didn't go ballistic or anything. Just I had an F800 Beamer.
Oh, nice.
And Ben had the KTM 390.
Oh, nice.
And
Lovely.
his A2.
Yeah.
And we had a guide, and I'd call him an instructor, just basically followed him, you know what I mean?
Oh, so he brings you on a bit of a tour.
Yeah, so you have an option there for, we went for the half tour, if you know what I mean, which was like about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours. Mm-hmm. Or you could do this, there's a 6 hour one as well. It was around the whole island, do you know what I mean? But yeah, so the half tour was good. Again, we just stopped at a couple of locations, took a couple of photographs, bits and pieces, had a bite to eat, nice and relaxed, do you know what I mean? But again, not a bit of PP to be seen, you know what I mean? I mean, everyone rides the bike over there in runners and shorts and all that, do you know what I mean? So
I know.
And so you had that end of it, and the other side of it was your man had a jacket to fit me, so.
Okay, yeah.
So I take it you didn't do any flybys like Tom Cruise on the back wheel or anything like that?
No. I know. Look, it was just to get out of the hotel complex and just, you know.
Let the hair down.
I've seen bits of the island I haven't seen before. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean? Look, you'd be like me. A couple of days laying up now and I'd be browned off. You know what I mean? I'd like to be doing something. So that'd be right on my bucket list there now.
Yeah,
Rent
that's
a
it.
bike.
I have the attention span of a goldfish. Do you know what I mean? So I'm bored after,
Yeah,
so you can only lie beside the pool for so long, and I have to be doing something, whether it's jet skis or scuba diving or something.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
So-
I thought you were going to say something else.
What were you going to say?
When he said scuba diving.
I don't even want to know what was going through
No,
your
I
head.
know
Yeah.
what he's going to say. I knew what exactly he was going to say. Different type of diving, I think. He was talking about.
Oh, Cha, you're twisted, man. You are fucking twisted.
Oh, bless his sails.
Did you miss me, Cha?
I did, bud. Absolute J. Sure, we did. I didn't know what to be doing.
I know. But
was
sure, I
hanging-
missed you too. I rang you when I was over. I was over in Italy there for a couple of days. I rang you and everything because I did miss you. And I said, even though, you do usually put me in bad humour, but I said, fuck it, I'll ring him.
Shut your mouth, you whore. I'm always putting you in good humour.
Yeah. No, boys, I went with myself and herself went over to Italy and went over for a couple of days, rented out the car and just kind of done a bit of touring around, done the cities, Verona, Modena, Bologna, Milan, done a good bit of touring around, but we were there anyway and so I think it was on the Sunday or whatever, we were like, she wanted to go to Modena, and I was like, yeah, sure, we'll go, grand, look, we have a bit of a look around. And then she says, do you know what? She says the Ferrari Museum is in Modena. Now, a Ferrari museum may as well be a dildo museum. I'd have no interest, even though it's a Ferrari. That's been honest with you.
Yeah.
Cars would just do nothing for me.
No.
And I said, sure, look, we'll go if you want to. So I'm not really too bothered. Like, next thing she was scrolling on the phone and she says, do you not know what else is in Modena? I says, no. She says, Ducati Factory. I say, fuck off. Yeah, she says, there's a full museum and the whole lot. I said, jeez, so bang. That was the plan. Went it down, man. Class. The size of it is unbelievable. It's absolutely. There's acres of ground, like, and you walk in through the security gate or whatever. And I was walking down the side of the building, taking a ball of pictures. Next thing, some lads start going, no, you can't be taking pictures in here.
Yeah.
I was like, fair enough. So we went in then you go into the gift shop first. Went in, had a look around, got a few bits and pieces, and you know what they were actually selling? The Des Medici cam was there in the factory or in the York and all, €850 like just to
Wow.
have it as a bit of a showpiece,
Yeah,
loads of other stuff. Then we spent a day touring around the lake, but my God, the amount of motorbikes was I'm not exaggerating. Like,
Yeah.
we were going 50 bikes could go by at one time because it's all around Lake Garda. It is absolutely stunning, like, and the roads are savage.
Yeah.
But like 50 bikes go by, and next thing 20, and everything from supermotors, Harleys, a ball of BMW GSs. But you go into a little village, literally thousands of bikes everywhere.
Yeah,
It was absolute. I was never browned off my entire life. But class, absolutely class spot.
So there's something like basically Mangans and Eaton Derry.
Oh, the very we like going to the plaza for a coffee.
I'm just laughing there because, it's a typical Irish thing you're saying, I said, you know what else is there? And she said, Ducati, you said, fuck off. You know what I mean? But I remember years ago, this is going back, myself and the boss were in Morocco. And they talk about Irishisms, you know what I mean? But basically, like, you imagine the hotel now, marble everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like 5-star hotel. Like, you walk outside the hotel, it was a shithole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, all plush and, and it's all, the receptionist is there and really posh and everything. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So we walked out of the hotel and went walking around the local area.
Yeah.
And it's just sand. That's basically, but that was back then. This is going back, 25, 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just the Irish thing, and we walked back into the reception area, and they had the pipe music and all, the ambience and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reception said to myself and Michelle when we walked in, "Did you hear a lady down there after being killed in a car crash?"
Yeah.
And Michelle said, "Fuck off!" And then your mum went, No, I'm serious. I was on my hands and knees in the fucking foyer, fuck off. Real Irish thing, isn't it?
Oh, it is, man. I remember being out in Australia and going into the crib room one more. We'd be like the canteen or whatever, and the boys were there. And I was starting on a new crew out in the mines, and I went in and all the boys were there, and they're all sitting around. And I said, "Well, any crack?" And they all looked at me like, "No, mate, no." We don't do crack.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, jeez, I have to
You have,
explain myself.
It's like you said, How will you?
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
Means I won't.
I would. I definitely would. No, it's gas. Everywhere you fucking go, man. Yeah, I'm fluent in Italian now as well. I know buongiorno, hello, and goodbye. Yeah, it's fucking class, man.
Do you know all the mechanical terms now? You know what I mean?
What's that?
You know, you have the one that won't turn is called Titus Contus. You know what I mean?
That's Italian, is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
The German one is nice and tight.
Nice.
Yes, that's when you're trying to tighten the bolts. It's nice and tight.
And as you said a minute ago, the Irish one is fuck off.
Fuck off, holy jizz. James, over to you, man. We're all after telling our very brief and not overly exciting motorbike or holidays and trips away. Tell us about your trip. How did it all come about?
Basically, earlier in the year or whatever, I seen this video on YouTube about this blessing of the helmets in Fatima in Portugal.
Yeah.
And it was just a local media station right over there, but they were just filming it and they were talking to bikers and stuff like that. And then it turned out it was a massive event. It's been going on since 2015 or something, or 2018, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously with the COVID, whatever, it shut down for a year or two. But the last year, the previous year, there was over 180,000 bikers done up for it.
Holy jeez, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's mental, isn't it?
The fuck?
So I said, yeah, I might. And then, of course, I was heading over to Norrie there where he's living in Lusa, and I googled how far it was from Lusa to Fatima. It's just over an hour spin.
Ideal.
So when I was over there, when I brought her stuff over in the van, and I threw the bike in the back of the van that time in April or whatever, and then I took a spin over there to Fatima just to have a look at it, you know, because I didn't believe it was that big. They could hold over 180,000 bikers, but it is massive place.
Go away, yeah.
I'll show you videos of it.
Fatima is the real. That's like kind of like a Lourdes, is it? It's like a religious place. Like yeah.
Oh,
right,
jeez,
okay,
yeah. It's a
Yeah,
religious
Fatima, is it?
place,
Yeah.
Yeah. Seemingly that's where Our Lady appeared to the three
kids,
children, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it 3 or 4 of them? Anyway. But so I said I'd find out when it was on this year. And so it turned out it was the 20th and 21st that weekend, and it was a 2-day event this year. So the Saturday, normally it would be on the Sunday, they'd have the mass in the morning and then blessings of the helmets and after that, you know. And but on the Saturday this year they had it was all about safety, road safety and all that kind of stuff, and they were giving talks on road safety. That was the police force over there, and then the first responders and all that kind of stuff, first aid and all that kind of stuff. So we didn't go on the Saturday, we just went on the Sunday. But we rocked over there for around 11. Myself and Caitlin, my daughter Caitlin came over with me on the bike as well. First time doing a pillion ride that length, yeah.
Yeah.
Her poor backside suffered all right. She
Serious, yeah.
I'd be well used to doing long hours in the saddle, like kind of thing, but she wasn't used to it. But she stuck it out, and
you had the nice wide comfort seat too, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but the pillion is a comfort saddle as well.
Oh, is it all right?
Oh,
Okay, right.
But it's still, she was. After 2 hours, normally you get with a tank of fuel, you get about 2 hours. And even then, I'd be the same.
Yeah.
You'd be starting to get a bit sore, so you'd be glad that the fuel stop. Get off the bike and maybe get a drink or a bit, something to eat or something like that.
You get 2 hours out of the tank, do you? On that, yeah.
Yeah.
Just any of Chaz bikes only gets about 25 minutes.
Yeah, but Char never goes through a tank of gas.
That's what I'm saying.
He only goes down to halfway and then goes, I need a fill up.
He panics.
He starts to sweat and everything when
Ring
he goes
the Arabs
That's
quick.
permission to panic, Mr. Bannering. Permission to panic.
I ride it till the fuel light starts flashing and then it goes in the red and then it's the radio saying,
He'd have a stroke.
I'd be in hospital with a heart attack.
He would have a stroke.
I'm the same in the car. Even when I was driving the buses.
Key's the same, and you have key on the very same.
Yeah.
But I'm just after coming onto a half a tank there. Yeah, Key, relax. We're only going from kindergarten to Prophet. You'll be all right.
No, because years ago what happened to me because of a faulty fucking tank.
Right.
It was registering between half and full.
Okay.
Or, half and empty. So I thought, lovely, jumped in. The next thing, about 2 mile down the road, I went, what the fuck is wrong with this show? Faulty gauge.
Yeah.
So now I never, the minute I hit half full, she's full again.
Oh my
I
God.
never let it go down.
Jeez, lad, you're unreal.
As
You're
a rule,
unreal.
no.
Yeah. That's an unwritten rule.
Do you
Okay,
remember
okay.
the night we were coming back from
The blessing of the gone but not forgotten.
yeah.
Monaghan.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to. Were you were with us?
I was,
I
yeah.
thought he was going to have a stroke.
My fuel light was flashing and in the red when I got home, like, you know. But I still wouldn't pull over and you know.
He was absolutely, yes, man, it was so funny. Every time, because it was late at night, obviously, going past, I'm just telling this to listeners, so we all know the story. Going past, like, and every petrol station was closed, and the other lad, fucking going mad. But we got there, we got some petrol, we got home.
We
were grand.
did.
What are you showing me here, James? Holy shit, man! That's the crowd,
That's when
out, is it?
everyone holds up the helmet and they come down. Like, there's a few kind of avenues down through the crowds, like, I think, and then priests and all that come down, and then all the club members that have a representative walking with an umbrella over them, not to keep the sun off them.
Yeah.
And then they're, you know, splashing the
That
holy
is
water.
absolutely. So for the people that obviously can't see this, you're just looking at it. Looks like a massive concert, you could say, like crowd wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the time the Pope came to Ireland. There's just thousands and thousands of bikers everywhere.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
Great
class.
energy, you know.
And this is Fatima in the background here. This is one of the big churches, is it? Or
Yeah, that's the big main kind of, I don't know if you call it cathedral or whatever it is, but it's massive. You know, the steps on it, they done the service on the steps of and then they had all representatives from law enforcement and first responders and all that kind of stuff there as well. And
that's incredible, man. Holy Jesus Christ,
like,
that's class.
The amount of bikes, every kind of bike at it, you know.
Was there? Yeah.
And,
Go away.
every kind of biker.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But you're a biker's a biker at the end of the
like,
day,
you know,
yeah.
And, you know, not a hint of trouble or not a hint of, you know.
No.
But there never is.
There never is. No.
There never is. It's just that the bikers used to be painted out to be the bad ones.
Yeah, it was just Hollywood.
That's Hollywood.
That's
shite,
Hollywood
yeah.
shit. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So come here. What was the story? So obviously, going back a little bit, you obviously went from, say, for people that are out there thinking of maybe doing a similar trip, like, where did you get the ferry from Rosslare, did you?
Yeah, headed to Rosslare on the 17th. Left the house at 5:30 in the morning, and it was like it is today.
Bucketing.
Bucketing down and wind and rain the whole lot. Like, there's wet warrants and all that. Usual. Got to Rosslare and I met up with the 40 there. Remember we met him over
That was unbelievable, yeah.
the DDs.
Yeah,
And he said he was going over, so I met him with
Tell us that story. I couldn't believe this. This is did you hear
yeah,
this?
like the 40,
You were
it's
there.
Alan Betson. He's a relation of Alan Betson's, but anyway, we met him. I met him. That's the first time I met him now since we went to the fair rally over 20 years ago
Yeah,
in 2004.
that's mental.
And we that time there was no ferry from Rosslare. We had to go over to Holyhead and then drive down through the UK down to, it was either Portsmouth or Plymouth or whatever, and then get the ferry from there to Santander.
Oh, yeah.
And then we drove down from this was all on bikes, like there was a group of us, like, you know.
Yeah.
And we drove down, we got off the ferry that morning in Santander, and we drove all morning, all day, all through the night, and then got there to Faro the next afternoon.
Yes. Again, I'm going back to Char here.
Char shaking the head, yeah.
I'm shaking the head, right?
He's so more.
But he was on a Valkyrie, and he's the same bike going over there this year.
No,
But he was going over. He met up with a few of the Clondalkin MCC,
All right.
Oh, yeah.
and they were going over to Benidorm, and then they were staying down around there for a week or so, and then he was going on down further south, and then he was on about maybe going over to Morocco and stuff. He'd spend a few months over there.
No way,
Yeah,
man.
he's been doing that now for the last few years. Yeah, so it's great, you know.
That is absolutely savage, man. Yeah.
But yeah, he was on the same bike, and I still have the same bike. The
K3.
Gictor, K3.
Yeah.
So like we both and he had the Valkyrie longer than I had, but yeah, he still has it.
That's unreal.
So,
oh, jeez.
yeah.
Christ, there you go.
So we
Can't
had a few pints that night on the ferry, and you know, a bit of chat with the Clondalkin boys, and then there was other groups that they were going over to do some kind of a vintage kind kind of rally thing, you know.
Oh yeah, on bikes.
Yeah, bikes.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Now some of them trailered them over and stuff like that, but, you know, because they wouldn't make it. Yeah. And then more of them rode the bikes over as well, you know. They were all vintage and stuff, you know. So they were staying up in northern Spain for that, and then myself and Caelan headed on down south then towards Lusa, but it's an 8 hour. Is it an 8 hour spin? Yeah. To Lusa, so we stopped in Spanish town. I can never pronounce the name. Valladolid or something it's called. So we stopped there the first night.
Yeah.
And a nice hotel and stuff, and we went down to town for a bit to eat and a few drinks and stuff. And then next morning we got up and then headed the rest of the way to Lusa.
Savage.
And then we were staying there with Norrie there for the next 5 days, 5 nights.
What was the weather like when you were over there then?
Oh, we landed in Bilbao. It was 38 degrees.
Some difference, basically.
And we all in, you know, full wet gear and winter gear. And the sweat was running out of us.
It would be long about drying though. That's the positives.
But yeah, great weather. Yeah, and it never got below. Now in the evenings when the sun went in, it'd get a bit cooler. Like it would still be 17 degrees, but it felt colder over there.
You like that though? That's grand. Like, you know, it's nice to get the break, like during the night, like.
Yeah, it never got below 22, 24 degrees than the rest of the trip. You know, so.
Jesus Christ, man, that's class. Yeah. How many Ks did you put up anyway? So what did you do all night?
I don't know. I'm not good for doing that, but definitely I need a new rear tyre now anyway.
Do you?
Yeah. She's well squared off now.
And come here, good roads?
Brilliant roads.
Like as in like.
Now the motorways and all that, you know, they're like any. They're boring as shit and dangerous as well. I nearly got taken out twice over there.
Did you?
Oh yeah. Because you're driving on the right hand side of the road and you're overtaking on the left. Yeah. And there's a fierce habit over there, right, of going in the inside lane, the normal lane, to drive right up tight, you know, behind the slow moving vehicle and then put an indicator and pull out. Yeah. Yeah. And then of course, you know, I was being the good boy, you know, kind of doing the same, like not normally doing to do here now. If I'm overtaking someone, I'm out in the overtake lane well in time, like, you know, I don't, you know, but I just, you know, I was just watching and behaviour, and so I was coming up to overtake these slow moving vehicles, and I checked my left mirror, nothing there, put on my indicator, and I just started to drift out left. Next minute, this fucker in a black Porsche came boom.
No way.
Inches.
Are you serious? Yeah.
And so obviously he was pouring up the inside. Yeah. And then he see me, and then he just went out. Yeah. Oh my God, man. So then I started checking my right mirror as well. Yeah. And then, but it's still, and then another lad, I was in the inside lane, the right lane, and then this fucker overtook me, and half the car was in my lane. Instead of going all the way out to the left, you know, to overtake, half the car was in my lane, and again, really close going by me, you know. Yeah. So I said, fuck this shite. I just dropped the few gears and wound her on and fucking just kept ahead of the whole lot. Yeah. Proper job. Keep all them shitheads behind you. Yeah. But like, they don't hang about over there now, and you know, especially in them Porsches and Beamers and all that. They 100% fucking fly on it. Yeah. I see Italy, man, as well. I'm not going. They are the craziest drivers I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah. Absolutely, 3-lane or 4-lane motorway. And their lanes are narrower than here, like, and the speed limit's 130, and they don't give a fuck about the speed limit, man. Absolute lunatics. I've never seen that like it in all my life. And like that, Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghini, not saying they're everywhere, but jeez, there's a fair few of them. They're all doing fairly well in Italy, man. Absolute psychos. Yeah. So they're a bit similar in Portugal too. A bit similar. That's what Norrie's friends, the first time I was over there in April, and I had the bike with me and all that, and I was asked them to know any good biking roads around, and then they asked some of their friends that was into bikes over there, and they told me about that road to Geish, you know, where the club was, and over the mountains then. It was a fantastic road. So, but they said, you know, you want to be careful of the drivers over here, like, you know, they're dangerous and all that. I said, well, I'm from Ireland. The drivers in Ireland, probably would equal them anyway, you know what I mean? But they are
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I think we've a gold standard driving now. I thought we were bad before, but this is unbelievable. Like,
even though a lot of them here are shite.
Oh yeah, no, they are.
I'm looking at
but
them.
it's not even that they're bad drivers over in Italy. They're just mental.
Oh, just mental.
Just head cases. Like, you know what I mean? They see a gap, they're taking it.
Do you remember that film, The Cannonball Run?
Yeah.
And the Italian driver, the Formula One driver, and he was in the Ferrari, whatever.
Yeah,
And then he got into the car, got into the Ferrari, and then he got the rear view mirror and he just took it off. He says, what's behind? The first rule of Italian driving, what's behind doesn't matter. He said,
you know, so they live by that rule.
What's behind you doesn't matter. And threw it out the window.
Yeah, I briefly remember that. There was a part of it where that movie was there a part of that movie where he's driving along and the bonnet flies up and he can't see where he's going or something in one of the cars.
It probably was. But then your man on the KH triple. And you on the back wheel the whole time.
Go away, yeah. I vaguely remember it. Yeah.
Good old films for the time.
For the time, yeah. A bit before my time. Yeah.
But sure, I was coming down the N4 the other day, and the Lambert, Ferrari, Porsches.
Oh, because of that yoke and
The
Johnstown.
fucking cannonball yoke.
Yeah.
But I was coming down, next minute I could see blue lights. Holy fuck, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Next minute, you want to hear the power out of these?
Oh, that yoke with the...
Boom, and they're going by me, and I going, yeah.
And why was the guards giving them an escort?
Oh, yeah, 3 motorbike cops, yeah.
And were they flat out, like?
Oh, well, not flat out, but they were hanging around to put it out.
Right, but yes,
like the boys, the cops on the bikes now were probably delighted. Come on, the fuck. Blue lights you see and tipping on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know if I was a cop on the bike, let me tell you, it'd be fuck all stopping me. Boop.
You'd be the most corrupt tour of a guard.
I'd say I'd be a walking cunt.
As long as if you're on a bike, you're sound.
No, the guard are escorts. They do the same for the truck run there at Christmas. And the guard on the bike, and he's the same now. He tips on and he blocks the junction then or whatever, or the roundabout, and then you're doing what's he called again? Marshalling. So then you park your bike there.
Like there's US Marshals and all, but I'm an Irish Marshal.
Irish Marshal.
But they do a great job, like, you know.
Right. Yeah. So Hamir, how long were you over there for altogether?
I think it was around. I got back on the 20. Last weekend, Friday night.
Yeah.
So it was
26th, was that?
26th, yeah. So 70 and 26. What's that? 9-10 days, whatever. Yeah.
So where'd you ride? You rode you got the ferry then back here from Santander?
No,
Bilbao.
Yeah.
So right up to Bilbao. How long is the ferry cross from Bilbao then?
27.5 hours.
27.5 hours, man. What time do you get on that? Do you get in the morning or evening?
Got on the ferry in Bilbao. We're supposed to be on boarding at 5 o'clock. We rocked up. We were there in Bilbao at 4, and we decided to go into Bilbao, into the town there, to get something to eat before we got on the ferry. And then we rocked up. We rocked up at 5 o'clock. Says, that's the last check-in. So they told me to drive straight up. There was myself and another lad on a bike. And we were only 2 bikes there, And I said, geez, there's not a whole lot of bikes going back, but they were already on the ferry, We were the last ones at it. Because when we got into the ferry, there was a heaps of bikes, parked up on the ferry. And one of them came out and said, I said you were sweating there, were you? No. I thought I was on time and plenty of time.
Holy
but and then another couple of bikes came in behind us, and a couple on a man and woman on their own Harleys.
So they were all going to Rosslare, like they were all Irish bikers, or most of them anyway.
Yeah.
I saw 20. So you get on at 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, and sailed at 6.
All right.
And then it landed in Rosslare. Then the following evening, it landed at docks 8:15.
Right.
Got off at about 8:30.
Jesus. And come here, like so you get a cabin. Obviously, you get a cabin.
Yeah, with the cabin coming back, but we couldn't get a cabin going over. We were in that lounge with the recliners. For some reason, I don't know if they're sold out of cabins or whatever, but we got a cabin coming back, and 4-berth cabin too was in it. So
spot on. Yeah. So you get on at 5, you head off at 6. You're on your 7th pint by 9 o'clock.
No, we just got into bed and slept.
Are you serious? Yeah, right.
And then I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Sure, everyone was closed then. So.
Oh Jesus Christ, man! Yeah.
No, just knackered because there was a lot of driving over the week,
of course.
And then it's a fair old spin, like, back, and we stopped in a place called Leon on the way back.
Yeah.
In this old town part of it. No, nice little town, nice little city.
Yeah. Is border crossing much of a thing? If you're going from France to or if you're going from Spain to Portugal or what?
No, it's a bit like going up the north here. Like,
is it? There's no actual.
You just drive. It just tells you you're in Portugal.
Oh, right.
And that's the thing as well. They're on the same time as us in Portugal. When I got off the boat in Bilbao, obviously there was a time difference. It was an hour ahead.
Oh yeah.
And then when I crossed the border into Portugal, they have times on these boards, and. It's the same as on my dash on the bike. And it says, what the fuck's going on? I said, maybe they forgot to change the clocks or something like that. But no, seemingly they're on the same time zone as us for some reason.
And yet in Spain, you're not.
Yeah, they're an hour ahead.
Italy's the same. I think you're an hour ahead in Italy.
Like, how do you fucking justify that? And Portugal and Spain all in the same fucking place.
Side by side.
You know what I mean? Like, bit thick, isn't it?
Yeah, honest to God. And come here, the question as well, is it expensive?
Cheap as chips, man. Like, we all went out for... now, the petrol is dearer in Portugal and Spain.
I'm not going there, so...
No, it's
you don't know that much about it,
it's roughly the same as here now, the petrol in Portugal, but in Spain it's cheaper.
Right.
And, and then cars are cheaper in Spain as well. They've a bit like a tax on any cars brought in from outside of Portugal. There's like a VRT kind of tax and stuff like that. So but it wouldn't be as dear as here. Like, but
this is Ireland.
More expensive.
Yeah, nowhere's as expensive as
here.
But
as regards cost of living and all that, eating out. 5 of us went out for an Indian one night. There's a new Indian in Lusa, and booked a table. And 5 of us now. We had starters, we had main courses, we had desserts, we had drinks, obviously alcohol. A few drinks each, and coffees and everything. Bill came to less than €150.
Unreal. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's class. But like, say the ferry, what I'm saying, like the ferry over now, is that expensive to go over?
It costs little over €600 for myself and Caitlin and the bike.
€600
return.
That's not too bad, no. Fairness. €600 return. And that's with the cabin and all.
That's with the cabin and all, yeah.
Jeez, that's not bad now, in fairness. You think about it, like, you know what I mean? That's not bad, to be fair, yeah.
You wouldn't get a fucking hotel down the country here for that.
No, it's
gone mental, boys.
At both times, like the first hotel cost me 100. Like at Booking.com, I just put in, the nearest kind of place, picked a destination, and then look for accommodation there, and then this place came up, and I have discounts and all this because I do a lot of bookings on Booking.com, like hotels and that, and I got a discount price for, I think it was just over 120 euro or something like that, and that included breakfast as well.
Yeah, that's not bad, like, you know what I mean?
And then
that's probably still about €100 cheaper.
The one coming back in Lyon, that was €94.
Yeah.
Including breakfast.
You wouldn't get a B&B here now for that. You wouldn't actually get a B.
No.
Me and McQuaid were supposed to go down, we were staying at B&B, and that was, what was that, €108, wasn't it? When we were supposed to be going down to Kerry, obviously the weather fucked it up, 180
quid. But that's what I'm saying, it's a fucking rip off Ireland.
I know. And come here,
like a packet of fags over there is like 20 fags is €6.
Do you hear that, yeah?
Well, so they're €5 in Spain.
Are they? Yeah.
For 20 Mayfair, €5.
Jesus, yeah.
And over here is fucking near 17.
Jesus, you know what to do? Give them up.
No,
all right, Tony.
Absolutely,
James. Absolutely.
No, the government are watching. The government are watching every lad in Ireland going around in miniskirts because they're getting up in the whole office.
100%. I agree with you. Come here. This brings me on to a question I wanted to ask. Now, Eamon's going to come on as well because I'm dying to hear more about his trip to the Pyrenees as well, and he's going to go through it and stuff like that. But there's a question I think we may have mentioned on the podcast before, and it'd be interesting to get your take on it. So, if, for instance, you want to do, let's say you want to do a tour of a part of Europe, or do you know what I mean? Say somewhere in France or Spain or somewhere along the lines of that, and you're going to have to, obviously, to get to it on the bike, you realistically have to go from Rosslare on the ferry for 27 hours, get off, and then probably, in fairness, especially in France, a lot of the driving you're going to do is motorways. Do you know what I mean? You'll have to break it up over a day or two.
Toll roads.
Or toll roads,
to stay off, if you stay on toll roads, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
sometimes there's no choice when you go on a toll road, you know.
Yeah.
And you're talking, like, depends how long you're on the toll road, you know.
Yeah.
And you must remember also to stop at the booth and get the ticket.
Yeah. Italy's the same. And then you pay.
And then you put the ticket in then, and it tells you how much you have to pay.
Yeah,
or
Italy's
sometimes they have attendants in the toll booth, like, you know. And they'll just take in the ticket and you give them cash or whatever, or your card or whatever. But stay away from the toll roads because they get very expensive.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, if you're putting in Google Maps or whatever, just pick a non-toll road. You know.
Well, you have the option on your Google Map, avoid toll roads or avoid motorways. You know.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm asking, I suppose, is.
Spit it out there, will
obviously, you can say if you're going to do like the likes of the Pyrenees, like Eamon done, you can get to go to Bilbao, and I'm not sure it's a decent enough ride over towards wherever the Pyrenees is.
Well, basically, you get off the ferry in Bilbao and you go left.
Is it?
And then, because it's northern Spain, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's the border, like the Pyrenees between France and Spain.
Yeah.
Southern France and northern Spain.
But what I'm saying, so say if, for instance, your ferry's going to cost you €650, €700, just say roughly a return for the bike, right? Yeah. And then you're going to spend, so I know, and some lads said if it's an early morning sailing, they'll go down to Rosslare the night before, so they'll get a B&B.
Yeah.
So you have your B&B, then you have your ferry ticket to get over. Then if you're, wherever you land, if you have a day's travelling or, to get to where you're going, there's potentially another night in a hotel, another tank of juice. So say you're at 2 tanks of juice at that stage. If you add it all up, okay, and realistically, the first 3 days travelling or 2 days, 3 days are nothing. It's just basically getting to where you want to go. When you can get your bike shipped out there to where you want to go.
I was talking to some lads that that night I met with the 40, like, and with Clondalkin MCC, and then there was another chap there, and they were talking about the Outlanders or Overlanders.
Overlanders, yeah.
Yeah, and this he was actually on that ferry. I didn't meet him now or see him, or one of his drivers was, but he was transporting a load of bikes to some place in Spain, and the owners of the bikes were meeting him over there, and then they were driving the bikes then to some other destination, and then he would, meet them there then, wherever, and load the bikes over again, and bring them back to the ferry, and they get on a plane and fly home. Yeah. So it saves you like 4 days travelling, you know what I mean?
It saves you 4 days travelling, but not only that, realistically, it would actually save you a few bob, because I know from talking to lads, it's about, depending on where you're going in Europe, around between €700 and €800 to get your bike over there. But the beauty about it is all your gear goes with it, so your clothes, the whole lot. So you can grab a Ryanair flight, you know what I mean, for fucking 50 or 60 quid, realistically, to get you out there. You don't need to be bringing bags. You can get the cheap flight out there. You're saving 2 nights, at least 2 nights in hotels, 2 tanks of juice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you add it all up.
If we were going to do the fair rally sometime, I think that would be the best option.
That would be the best option. And then the beauty of it as well, because what we were speaking about, because we were obviously mad to do like the Pyrenees and stuff, but like a lot of us, you included.
But the thing is,
you won't,
I've done the Faro on a bike from Ireland to Faro and back. I've done, to Spain and Portugal. I've done the Pyrenees, France, on a bike. Yeah. You guys haven't done that. No. So, to me, the overlook, whatever, that'd be a good idea for me. But, it's nice to experience that kind of a trip. It's kind of
part of the experience.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I suppose there's that side of it too.
If it's your first one, I suppose, because like last year when I did, I did France, Belgium, Germany. So it was in France, Belgium, Germany, and Czech Republic and all that, Austria and all that. You know what I mean? So I mean that was like again a lot of mileage. You know what I mean? Into Poland and the whole lot. Like, you know what I mean?
You'd want to be doing maximum 4 hours a day or between 4.
That's what we did now. But what we did was again. I'd be one of the youngest of the crew that was going, else was 11, So most of the guys are in their late 60s, early 70s. So the way we did it was, which I thought was actually quite good. A lot of people, when they go over, it's just get onto the motorway and pin it, right?
Yeah.
But what's the point?
No.
Do you know what I mean? We're looking at a motorway. So what we did was, again, as James was saying, we took the back roads. And the way we walked it was, 100 kilometers or an hour, whichever came, roughly, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
And be it an ice cream or a cup of tea or whatever, do you know what I mean? Just that 10, 15 minutes, you might have to refuel. And so every day then what we did was, again, 4, 5, 6 hours for the trip. You got to the hotel and parked up the bikes, splash and dash, and out for something to eat. And the next day, we didn't sit on a bike at all.
Oh, you take a day off. So every second
just, whatever I say, we're in Cologne, we just went in the old, the old open deck bus and all that, and did the whole tourist thing. And so then the next morning, then you were grand, and you're like really rearing to go, like, do you know what I mean? And off you went again, And again, 5, 6 hours, an hour max, or 100 kilometers, They're thereabouts.
Like, all John say, that's grand, like. You'd manage that, no bother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When are we going?
No, he's not saying 100 kilometres an hour. He's saying 100 kilometres or an hour.
No, well, Germany now again, everyone.
I wouldn't say 100 kilometres an hour unless I'm in neutral. For fuck's sake.
Well, the thing with the autobahns there is with the 3 lanes, most people are sitting in the middle lane, right? And the average there is about 140, 150 kilometres, right? And then you have the guys then that out to the overtaking lane, and it's 200 and whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? But you think you're going fast, and So I remember being out. But all you're finding is just watch your gauge just dropping.
Yeah,
sitting at 140 to 150. You're making great progress, and you're not murdering the fuel.
Yeah, 100%. And you're getting to see a bit.
You can see a bit.
Do you know what I mean?
But when you run a thing like that,
it's all about enjoying. It's not
exactly.
For speed,
it's not for speed. It's not for a race.
100%, no.
If you want
but that said, now, like, Germany's a big country. So you have to make some progress.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind getting wrapping that old Autobahn.
Yeah.
Oh, beat the fuck.
But see, once you, like, I was out a few times, and I mean, and it was in it.
Yeah.
But once you get there, then you're just, okay.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is watching the gauge go.
It's different. It's a different sitting on an Autobahn at 260 and going from here to Eatonderry at trying to get 160.
Allegedly.
You know what I mean?
Allegedly. No.
Allegedly. But do you know what I'm saying? Because it's a motorway. It's a motorway. Then they sit there.
But it'd be nice
it would be nice
get
to see
onto it, right?
Yeah.
To know that the woo-woos are not going to stop you.
The
Autobahn is fucking pin it. And then, so I'd love to get on it knowing.
I don't think every part of it is like that, though.
It doesn't matter, James.
I don't think every part of the Autobahn is like that. There is speed limits.
There are speed limits, but the vast majority. But then again, talking of the plot, like, I mean, boy jizz when them boys, like a couple of Beamers passes on the 2 cops on the bikes, and now you're sitting at 160, like, and he goes by you like you're stopped.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What are they on?
They just had
Kia 1300s or something.
Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, and then we had another guy who went by us on a it was a Beamer car, like, do you know what I mean? But he was definitely fucking like close to 3 kilometers an hour. Like, he went by me, like, the donut shop must have been fucking slow and short. I'd say, holy fuck! Like,
you're
sitting there at 160, and when he goes by you in the overtaking lane, there's like that bow of wind, like, do you know what I mean? It's going by that hard.
Yeah. Honestly, look, it's like that. I love to experience that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the point I'm making, I suppose it completely depends on the type of trip you're doing. If you've got 2 weeks, like your trip, it was all about the scenery. So everywhere you were going, it was scenery. But if you're specifically going to a place like, say, the Pyrenees or somewhere along the lines of that you're doing a road that takes 3 or 4 days, A, would it be cheaper to get the bike shipped over there? And B, I suppose you can do that trip in 5 days and come home. Whereas I suppose if you're bringing the bike over, that 5 days turns into
9.
Probably 9 days. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what one of the lads actually did. Brian, he got he flew over and he met us in Germany. It was Germany.
So he got his bike transported over?
No, he just rented a bike.
Oh, he rented a bike? Yeah. And, I've heard lads doing that too.
Yeah, so the water
that's
department,
expensive enough, though.
Yeah, but the water department wasn't giving him permission to go for the 3 weeks. Like,
oh, yeah.
So what happened was, initially when we planned this before COVID.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And we the ferry booked and everything to go, and then COVID hit. That stopped everything. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And
Scandemic.
The scandal.
Scandemic.
Don't get him started. It's into a 4-hour podcast.
So we went this time. And I was over to see a mate of ours he'd been working with us for over 10 years as an instructor. Like, do you know what I mean? And he's from the Czech Republic, Peter Shetek, and so it was more or less to go over and see him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then. I said it was good, but I can't remember the exact figures, but I know Brian was saying, like, it wasn't horrendously expensive, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, and the same, like, obviously we had a house and all rented in the Czech Republic, do you know what I mean? So he had to leave a day before us, or a few days before us. So we started off for 2 weeks, and then Brian and all, that was all agreed. And Gerard said, we're going to do 2 weeks. And then he said to me, he just rang me out of the blue. He said, look, I'm looking at that. He says, we'll probably have to extend that a little bit longer, because when you look at it, you're trying to do too much in one day. Do you know what I mean? We want, like I said, take the day off and all that, you know. So I extended by another 2. And so another, 2 days. No, another 2 weeks. No. So what happened was on the way back then, I had because I had the family holiday booked and all. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I had to come back from Czech Republic myself. Do you know what I mean? All the way across Europe. You know what I mean?
Class, though. Yeah.
It was good. Yeah, like I said, it's and again, I was tending to hammer on a bit more than I was with the boys. You know.
Yeah.
But again, and I was because you could, but. So like I said, price wise there wasn't a whole lot. He wanted a Beamer, and then they couldn't because he's into his GSs.
Okay,
you know, and in the end, then they couldn't get one, so he took an Africa Twin. You know what I mean? But
nice
job, like, you know what
Absolutely. I mean? But come here, where did you get the ferry from then? Where did you go back? What way did you go back? No, but like, where did you go from Bilbao as well, or what way did you? No, you went to France.
Cherbourg.
Cherbourg.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad, and like I said, you know, me being an ex-soldier, so I want to see that, we did the Normandy beach and all that, you know what I mean, cool, and the graveyards, you know, the cemeteries and all that. Again, something my bucket list was Auschwitz and Birkenau and all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And well, the old saying, hindsight is the foresight of a gobshite. Do you know what I mean? We were there, but even from the Czech Republic that day and right to Poland, it was longer than we anticipated. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And the crowds are unreal.
At Auschwitz.
Yeah. So,
okay.
And
they were all delighted to see you.
Huh? Oh, they were, yeah. So where the fuck is Chad?
fucking left Chad home.
Yeah, where the fuck is Chad? You know, fuck's sake.
They asked you to turn around and see, do you have a backpack on?
They were waiting on me to pop out from behind.
Yeah. So,
I'm here.
Like a little koala bear stuck to them.
A little koala bear, right? More like a slot.
Yeah, honest to God. Yeah, but so, again, you'd want, you know, anyone that's thinking of doing it, and it's not something that it's kind of one of those places where I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to do it again, spend more time. But you know, we just went as a day trip. You'd actually want to go there.
You kind of went and ticked it off the list to say you've done it.
I don't know, we spent hours on that, but we could have spent the full day at it. Do you know what I mean? So I think the way to do that in the next time I do it, I'll get a hotel
there. Or close to,
and get up at that morning and then spend the whole day there. You know what I mean, between the two camps and all that. You know what I mean?
Wait, is it a big place, Tiny?
Oh, it is, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, when you go through all the different buildings and what happened in each building and
allegedly what happened in them.
Allegedly what happened. Yeah. But so some of it now is you know, there's a room there where there were, you know, you're on about this wall which the Germans took down where they just used to shoot them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all it was like this is like their courtroom. Do you know what I mean? So you walk in and it's just a desk and a telephone, and whatever the prisoner had done, or allegedly done. Do you know what I mean? It's like a kangaroo court, and then they just walk into another room and it's just like just concrete floors and like a trough, and you hang your clothes over the back of the chair. and you wash yourself in the trough, and then you walk out, and then walk into the courtyard, stand against the wall, and bang, shit in the back of the head. Like that was it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, it's
very somber.
Yeah, very, very somber. I know the mother and father, they went to it as well, and like that's something I suppose to experience. But there's lots of stuff over there as well. I know, isn't there a huge big salt mine? Is there a big?
Yeah, we didn't. As I said, we didn't get a chance to get to the salt mine. We just ran out of time. We had seriously underestimated the time that it took. Do you know what I mean? So I'd like to go back and spend maybe even 2 days. And one in the salt mine, one in that, you know. Yeah. But that was it.
I've salt up there if you wanted.
Yeah, but we went in Czech Republic now. We went. Don't ask me the name of the mountain now. Do you know what I mean? But that was go crack now, because when you got to the top, do you know the ski lifts? Do you know what I mean? But obviously there's no snow.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like it's well set up, like, because you see people with the mountain bikes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they can the rack on the back of these chairs, just hook them on and sit on the chair and up they go over the top of the mountain. Like, do you know what I mean?
Savage, yeah.
So when you got to the top, then there's a massive like Turlock Hill in the Wicklow. You know what I mean? Big reservoir. You know what I mean? And when in Rome, you just walk around the reservoirs. It's just a fucking reservoir. It's just water, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
is that water?
As if we don't see enough of it here.
Exactly, folks.
And but then on the way back down, then obviously you can get back on the chairs and back down you go. But there's you can hire like they call it a scooter.
Okay.
Right. So you can imagine like it's like the old, remember the kids, you have the little scooter and you push along, right?
Yeah.
But it's one of them, but it's for adults. So the front wheel is about, I don't know, it's probably like a 30-inch rim on it. Do you know what I mean? Huge.
Holy shit, right?
And then you've got your little small wheel on the back, right? Mm-hmm. And off you go down the road, like, right?
Go away, yeah.
And
down the mountain, like.
Oh, down the mountain, like, yeah. But it's all, you actually stay on the roads, you know. So I took off anyway. So, of course, lads being lads, it's a race now, isn't it? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And so just I got to, the level bit of the car park, and this fucking coach pulled off in front of me, you know what I mean? And off he went down the hill, you know what I mean? Halfway down the hill, I'm looking at trying to overtake this fucking coach, like, do you know what I mean? like you know, you get like a wind and you get that,
yeah,
and then it's going like, and you can feel your hair like you're fucking, gee, and then it's down to like, fuck, because there is brakes on them, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was saying to you one, like, you have to wear a helmet and all that, do you know what I mean? They give you a helmet on. I said, like, does anyone come off these bloody things? Oh yeah, she says. She said, it's the older people that just hammering it because loads of hairpins. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
they have like it's like a MotoGP. They have like or the road racing. They have like a sign on the, like, and then 3, 2, 1, and then braking all this on the road. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Markers,
But you're 20 minutes
going down it.
Going down the fucking hill, like,
you flat out.
Like it's a fucking serious, from a serious height, like, do you know what I mean? And like, there's some sections now.
Yeah.
So you're trying to say, bottom line, that we'd have a bit of crack.
I say we'd be broke up on it. That's what's going to happen.
At you. All you wanted to say was, no, save his house and you gone.
Yeah. Charlie love it, like, not spending any money on petrol, you know what I mean? But only that downside, there's no cigarette breaks on the way down.
No.
But yeah, like,
I could do without that.
Yeah. Just, I have to tell this story, just when you were on about that, saying it to you on. I remember about 2 or 3 years ago, we went fishing. Myself, a few of the boys went out, one of these fishing charters down in Galway.
Yeah.
And we went out anyway, and we were all nervous as fuck, like, because the weather and all, like.
Yeah.
But we went out anyway, it was fucking flat calm, everyone was hunky dory, so we were fishing away, caught a ball of fish, and then we went on to Inishmore Island.
Seeing the sharks, you know what I mean? Jaws. That's a great film. It's about a fucking shark playing a cello.
Did you mind never come back to you for the ball?
No. Anyway,
we got off anyway. We went to Inishmore Island, and we were all terrified we were going to be seasick and all, you know what I mean? Because we were never on it before.
Yeah.
Anyway, we didn't. Got back to Inishmore Island, and we said, right, we'll go and get some food. And we said, nothing for it then, only lorry pints of Guinness into us. And we lorried them into us, and delighted, happy days, man, because there was flat calm. But then, unknowns to us, around the other side of the island, right? Be the blue chases, man, the waves. And like, you're in the harbour, I think, is in Inishmore, and like, we were coming out and it was flat calm, and as we got to the end of the pier, I could see these waves, lad, and I was there. Oh, beat the blue, Jesus, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And it was about an hour from there to Spiddle on this little fucking boat, man. Every time the waves had hit it, you think it was going to turn over. Do you know what I mean? And I was shitting now. And McKeever, one of the boys, was with me as well, and he was absolutely shitting. I don't know if I can say different. At one stage, a man that was in the wheelhouse, like the captain, whatever he is, the captain or whatever.
He was panicking.
He fell off the seat, and all the bait turned upside down. Everything. I was there. The boys were fucked. So me in pure panic, I just needed somebody to comfort me, like, you know what I mean, to say you're grand, don't be worrying. So I went in, like, I made that fucking foolish mistake, like your story. Went into the fucking wheelhouse, and your man was sitting up, and I said, "Well, how are you getting on?" He said, "Oh, well, how are things?" And I says, "How many years are you at it?" And he says, "Oh, Jez, I'm 40 years at this crack." You know what I mean? I said, "Jez, yeah, that's mad." I says, "I'd say you've seen a fair few yokes over, you know." Yeah. And I was looking at it, and I said, "Sure, this old weather is probably nothing to you." And he says, "How do you mean?" "These waves," I says, "Sure, this is probably nothing to the likes of you. You've probably seen yokes way worse than this." And he never forget, he turned around, "Oh, Jez, no," he said, "this is fairly bad." He says, his exact words were, "If I knew it was going to be like this," he says, "I wouldn't have come out at all." So McKeever was sitting there waiting, because he kept saying, "We go in and suss him out. And I came out by his fucking white as a ghost. McKeever says to me, "What did he say?" I says, "Lad, ring the missus and kids and tell them you loved them." I said, "I don't think we're getting out of this, man."
But you're
I nearly died.
Dave Lockery, myself and Kieran went with Dave down fishing.
Yeah.
And went on this little fucking boat yoke out. Eyebrows on up. Same thing. It was lovely and calm, lads, going out. And I thought, lovely, jubbly, you know? Same as you. Excellent advice. Out nowhere. Fucking waves. And, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Kieran got sick. Then he went in to your man in the cabin fucking place.
Yeah.
Says, "Your man, Jez," he says, "I'm sorry I came out today at all." And I went back out, boys, my handprints is still in the yoke. I squeezed the side of the boat.
I was the same.
And Lockery was looking at me and he says to me, "What's wrong with you?" The man said, "If he'd have knew the weather was going to be like this, he wouldn't have brought us out." "Ah, no," says Locke. He didn't say that. He says he fucking well did say it. And Locke looking at me and boys, I decided the bar on
White
the...
knuckles, eh?
Did you ever see the planes, trains and automobiles? You know what I mean? And the fingers stuck in the dash.
Yeah. We got on. I remember getting on, and the man says he had these life jackets, and I thought automatically you'd be wearing them, but no. He had these white jackets. I swear to God, man, he got them off the Titanic. They were the same. They were them white yokes, you know, you seen in the movie. Yeah. And he says he has life jackets. He says, "Boys, I have life jackets here." He says, "If I fucking tell you to put them on, put them on." He says, "Oh, holy Jesus Christ." And then that was grand anyway. And as I say, coming back in, it got that rough. Next thing you could see him going to the press. I swear to God, lad, you could see him going to the press and taking out the life jackets. And he says, "Oh, that's it. We're absolutely cool." And he just put them at the door. And the whole time then, for the hour, I kept staring at them going, "No, there's a reason he took them out there." He didn't tell them to put them on. And I says, "Boy, he's fucking half suspecting." He's like, "Oh, boys, will you shit yourself?" All you wanted that is him to say. If he had says, "Nah, all this a walk in the park," I would have been, "We're grand, boys, don't be panicking." Yeah. But when I seen the panic in his eyes, I was like, "Boys, we are fucked."
But in fairness, the our fishing was great.
Good crack.
He gave us these rods, but there was about 40 hooks on it.
Same as the York Us had, yeah. And you pulled about 10 fish at one time, like.
Fucking sure.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a lovely,
savage,
jubbly.
Savage.
But one of the boys come on these little shark fellas. I don't know what fucking name he named it that day. I can't remember. But no, he was a fine fucking York.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just a big fish. He said, "No, that's some sort of a shark."
Go ahead.
I say, any great whites around here now, you know, acting the bollocks to him, trying to calm everything down because the boat was whoop.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to see now when weather like that is a fucking great white coming up alongside the boat now.
No, definitely.
With a big grin in his head.
and he licking his lips.
Well, he wouldn't be licking them for fucking me, I can tell you. He'd use me as a toothpick.
A toothpick, yeah, honestly, Jesus. I don't know how that was my fault if we got off conversation there. But, like, as I said to you, that's the whole reason I was, you know, trying to figure out, like, A, is it cheaper to get your bike shipped over? I know it wouldn't suit everyone. And B,
but
would you be missing out?
No, you'd nearly be better off. Like, if you're only going to do, say, a 5-day thing, you're as well off ship them out.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the 2 week thing,
2 weeks, yeah.
then ride.
Yeah.
Because
Well, that's it. We had, you know, the lads, like you said, I cut the stick after 3 weeks. You know, it's the end of the third week, and the lads went on to into Switzerland and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, it was good.
Did you find it expensive? Like, because you were obviously gone for like 3 weeks, so like
Switzerland's expensive.
Switzerland would be expensive for sure, but like, you know what I mean? But like between fuel and hotels and the whole lot, like, is it is it any dearer than going to Spain for 3 weeks?
I think it would be again. You added the ferry and the fuel and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, even though we were just doing an hour and a bit, that's still 4, 5, 6 hours a day sometimes.
Yeah, you're
know
talking
what I mean?
50 quid a day. And
Easy, yeah.
And what about hotels? Did you just like kind of book them in advance, or just when you?
A lot of them were booked. You know, I mean, like, we had a long time to plan this, and like Ger has been in Europe for decades. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he just had it down to a T, like. You know what I mean? And so they said, just look whatever.
Yeah,
just go with the flow, like, you know what I mean.
But it goes to show you how many like bikers, I suppose, Irish bikers do head to Europe. Like, you know, it's probably
but it's
not
the
that
weather
long.
though.
No, 100%. But like what I'm saying is, I wouldn't have thought as many lads were into it. You know,
No,
I
it's
would
a
have
big
thought to
thing,
be.
yeah,
I would have
yeah.
thought there's obviously a couple of lads that do it, but it seems like. You know,
particularly since Ross Lair started going to Bilbao.
It opened up a whole thing. Yeah,
it opened up that side, you know, instead of just going to Cherbourg or whatever, you know, in France, and then.
But didn't
you would have had
to
to drive down through France then and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Couldn't you? There used to be a ferry from Cork then to Santander as well for a little while, wasn't there?
I think there could have been. I
remember
that mentioned before, right? Yeah.
Someone telling me about before. It's supposed to be like whatever the fucking area water you're going across. It's supposed to be like choppy as
the Bay of Biscay.
The Bay of Biscay,
you're saying, it can be rough, as it was that time we were heading over, But,
like you've seen, even when we were doing a little bit of a journey there over the good weather there that we had.
Yeah.
The amount of bikes here that was out going off for
100%.
Touring around Ireland, right?
Yeah.
It's down to the weather, and you see a lot of bikers love the good weather.
100%.
So that's why they're all going over.
Yeah.
And so they're getting a tan, cheap food. You know,
I won't say cheap food now. Oh, you're talking about going to Spain. Sorry,
not fucking here. You're ripped off.
No. But you know what we were talking about as well was gas. Like when we were on that trip, and like obviously you were on it as well. Was the gas? You know, at the photo rally, wasn't there was at least 2 pints. Remember the one was it in near Loch Corrib? It was, remember that one? It was an old castle in the fucking arsehole nowhere. And next thing we were sitting there, next thing you could hear a bike coming down. Some other fella. Remember the man on the Harley?
Yeah.
That was class, like with the photo rally. Like, and I've talked to loads of lads that are doing it. That's a common thing. Could be a fucking Tuesday afternoon and you'd be in a pint, one of these photo rally pints in the arsehole.
Was it a church or monastery or something in the graveyard that time?
Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was something that wasn't it McQuail. Yeah, it was something along the lines of that. But maybe a man at the Harley, like it was just like, what is the chance? Like, because there's nothing else down this road. Like.
And he was from Lucan, wasn't it?
Yes.
Lucan.
Yeah, Lucan. Yeah, nice fella, really nice fella. To be fair. Yeah. But it is gas. But I suppose, look at it's food for thought there, because you know, obviously it's conversation. I'd say a lot of lads like us, like obviously used boys are well, you know, experienced in it. Myself and Cha aren't. As regards going to Europe, it's something that's definitely on the bucket list. But it's just about, see, like my issue would be the same with you. Your missus wants to go away for a week or two during the year. Mine would be the same. You want a kid's holiday, do you know what I mean? So you only get X amount of time off during the year. So you can't, I can't very well turn around and say, look here, I'm going for 3 weeks, so count me out of any other holiday. You know what I mean?
Very simple solution to that. Become a motorbike instructor. I am my own boss.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, that I was going to say that earlier on. I said it's beautiful to be fucking self-employed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But look at it. It's food for thought. Anyone that's listening out there that's maybe got the bike shipped over to different places, get in contact. I'd love to know more about it and you know what's involved. I know we had lads from Overlanders on, but I'd love to hear it from the other side.
Well,
you know how they
I
get
know
on.
Dave and Fergus Farrell and the boys there were doing a run over in
Poland, wasn't it?
Either Poland or Spain.
No, Poland. Poland. Yeah.
And this fella came down in an Arctic.
Yep.
Loaded up all the bikes.
All the gear.
Yeah, all the gear and all.
Yeah.
Brought the whole lot over for the boys. The boys flew over.
That's Outlanders.
Overlanders. And like someone says, like you think you drop the bike to them, maybe depends on like maybe a week before you go.
Yeah.
And then you could be back and you might have the bike back for a week or two, but you wouldn't really give a fuck. Like if you had to been on it for 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah. Well, your man, the boys got, he went on the Sunday, morning, because I was with the boys when they were loading their bikes. He went on the Sunday. The boys were arriving over on the Thursday, so the bikes would have been there.
Yeah.
They stayed then, I think, from the Thursday to the Sunday. They flew back on the Sunday, and their bikes was back the following Wednesday.
Savage, yeah.
So it's not a week or 2 weeks. It's only a few days.
Yeah.
And your man back, you know.
And then I suppose another part about it that would be kind of attractive to a lot of people is, obviously when you're going out, say, to do the likes of a trip where if you're going to the Pyrenees or wherever you're going out in Europe, breakdowns can be incredibly expensive. And at least if you were out there and you had your bike shipped out there, that something catastrophic happened to the bike,
at least it'd be brought home.
Yeah, but you only have to worry about getting it back to where you started from. You don't have to be thinking, how the fuck am I going to get this shock home?
Yeah, but your insurance, like, you know, like that happened to a girl on our first trip to Faro. We got all the way to the Faro rally, and then going around the campsite looking for a place to camp up, and she stopped and put her foot down in a hole, and bike fell over and broke her ankle.
Oh, laddie,
but
serious?
Luckily her insurance covered it, so she brought off to the hospital and the whole lot, and ankle was put in whatever and cast whatever, and then she ended up back at the rally the next day, and we were carrying her around the place, but and then she rang the insurance company, and then they got it shipped, done recovery on it, got it shipped back to Ireland.
Holy fuck,
and
there
she
you
took
go.
a flight back.
Cheers, there you go. Yeah. Something to be looking into, I suppose, if you're in that unfortunate fucking circumstances, boy, just that'll be grand.
You just have to tell your insurance company, that time you had to get a green card kind of thing.
Okay.
But now you just have to inform your insurance company that you're going abroad, and then they know anything.
Holy shit. Yeah, there you go. Well, that'd be definitely something to be looking into, because I'm sure it'd be very fucking costly if you had to put it on yourself.
If you were doing a club run, something like that, it'd be better to bring your own kind of backup vehicle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And then, you could take turns driving it, carry your bike in the back of the van or whatever, and then, then take your bike out when you go.
Well, it's going to be tough now. Sure, we do most of the driving. Chad be doing the driving.
Be the first to volunteer for that,
Yeah, he would.
Driving the van.
Yeah.
He'd say, you.
Oh, no.
He's like Father Jack.
Give him an hour, 2 hours. Well, I'll drive the van.
I'll drive the van. Drink fake.
Gobshite.
So then you have the best of both worlds. Then, you have a backup vehicle, with tools and stuff, and you could probably do roadside repairs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And punctures.
Yeah, I was listening to I was looking, I think it was a YouTube video here a while ago.
Your bags and stuff as well. And
yeah, it's a great job, yeah.
And then you'd get to ride your bike then every so often as well.
Yeah. There's another crowd, they're probably all over, but there was one lad in particular, I was just looking at him. Now, he didn't say how much it cost, but he flew into, I think it was some part of Italy or Spain, and with a tour company, rented bikes, and they'd bring in a tour, but it's like kind of, what would you say? It's like kind of 50-50, kind of off-road, but when he says off-road, he was saying you don't need any off-roading experience. It's not off-road.
Green railing.
Yeah,
Dirt
exactly.
tracks,
Yeah. He says you don't need any off-roading experience whatsoever, but he was gone for I think 5 or 6 days. So he flew over, and then you tell them kind of, they've a list of bikes what to have, and he was on, this lad in particular, I think he was on a multistrata, and he says they've exactly like that. They have a van that goes around with all the gear. You don't even need to have panniers on it or not. All your gear goes in that. And then if you're fatigued or any issue with the bike, they have a spare bike. And then if you need a break, you can throw the bike into the back of it and go on. You know what I mean? They've everything. And then he was saying the nicest part of the whole trip, because when he was out there, it was mad hot. In the back of the van, they had a massive big cooler box. And he says, when you would pull into your final destination that evening, he says, you wouldn't even have your helmet off, and there'd be a bottle of ice cold beer going into your hand. And he said it was just class.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know what it cost, but the way he was looking at it was, he says he had a BMW GS and he was going to bring that over, but then he was thinking he was thinking about the multistrata. So he says, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll actually get to ride one properly in proper circumstances, not a fucking 15-minute test drive around.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you know what I mean? He was getting a trip over as well. But yeah, look, I'd love to hear from people and see, have they done anything similar to that or what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, lots of options out there. You just have to pick the right one for you.
Exactly, yeah. Get out and explore, as the fella says, from 4 seasoned travellers.
Just go anyway.
Just go.
Go. Yeah.
Just fucking do it, yeah.
But sure, we'll organise a good trip from here to Eaton-Derry then and back.
We're going to get an old Supermax.
We will.
Hard to bear.
Stretch it out to Terence Healy's.
Yeah, mad who be Jesus. Pulling more. Sure, how far is that?
That's an awful spin.
Jesus, that's take you 3 days to do that.
Honest to God. Speaking of Terence Healy's, don't forget again, and we're going to have the guys on from Calera Biker Spins and Meets. They'll be on next Thursday for the next podcast, just giving all the final plans and updates and prizes and the whole job lot for the Kevin Keys fundraising run, which is obviously not this Saturday, it'll be the following Saturday, which is the 11th.
And sure, this Saturday night he's baiting around Alton Park.
Absolutely, I was just going to say that, yeah. He's landed over there. He was lucky he got going when he did, because I think there's a lot of ferry crossings delayed and stuff and put
Cancelled,
off.
Yeah.
Cancelled. So, yeah, he's over. Kevin is taking on the BSB this weekend in Alton Park, so we give him our best of regards, and we hope he's... well, look, we know he's going to do well anyhow, but I can't wait to see it now. I've got my BSB pass and all on the iPad and all. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching that now,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a big thing. Like, obviously, Kevin has experience. He's done the BSB before. But for Dara Core, like, it's this a huge weekend for them. Like,
Absolutely.
You can't forget them boys, you know what I mean? This is just, and it's great for them, you know. Brilliant.
And I think that's really, talking to Keith and Brian, like, I mean, they'd love to be at that level, do you know what I mean? But it's just serious dollars.
Serious money, yeah.
100%, yeah. It is big money, yeah, unfortunately, yeah. But look at, they're going to give it all anyway, that's for sure.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Listen, great team.
Fair play to them, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, again, looking forward to it. This is the last run out for this year. It was like a BSB wildcard, and it's super stock. It's what it's going to be in. So, to see then for next year, then again, whether they go to Triumph Route or the next gen or whatever, you know what I mean. That's going to be interesting. You know what I mean.
There's some big stuff coming. Yeah, there's a lot of changes. There's potential changes coming to some of the machines and equipment, what you're allowed and what you're not allowed for next year. So it's going to be interesting. But it's good, I suppose, to get his toe in. I think purposely you wouldn't be buying a bike now until you know what's coming.
And again, just talking to Kevin and a few people on the Panic and all that, a lot of teams that had, say, built their Beamers and all that, you know what I mean? They're hanging on to them for another season, because I don't know
what's going to
happen. You know what I mean? So there's no point in putting
mega bucks into a bike and then
build a new bike for next year and then finding that it
won't pass scrutiny and for whatever. So, look, 100%. It'll be, as I said, it'll definitely be interesting to see. I can't actually finish up the podcast without saying I'm actually kind of gone nearly full circle. Marc Marquez. Jason, I have to say hats off to him. I never would have been a huge Marc Marquez fan, but obviously he's won the MotoGP championship with his win. Was the last win, I think, was in Japan. But talk about a comeback story. Like, you know what I mean? You've seen the damage that was done to his arm. And where he was, and then he got the Ducati ride, and I have to say, hats off to him. It's what he's done is absolutely unbelievable, And I would have never I would always obviously be a diehard Valentino Rossi fan, especially back when the battles were going on. I was like, oh, the little bastard. But I have to say, hats off to him.
He definitely cost Valentino a championship that year.
He did, for sure. Well, between him and fucking that Lorenzo, there was something about him. I don't know what it was.
But you see, in any sport, there has to be you'll have your favourite rider or whatever, but they had to have the bad guy.
Have to.
You go back to Sheen and Kenny Roberts. You know what I mean? But they were butting heads the whole, and they hated each other.
Yeah, for sure. But that was pure hatred.
I don't think they hated each other, but they had a respect for each other.
But it's a big. But the first room,
Barry Sheen was kingpin that time.
Oh, absolutely.
But you remember Kevin Schwantz and all them
came over from the States and wiped the floor.
Wayne Rainey and
But all those boys, when you're at that level, that's what drives you on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the first thing in racing is to say is the first person you have to beat when you're racing is your teammate.
For sure. Yeah.
So while there'll be teammates on paper, they're out to beat each other. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
And what I said, again, listen to Kevin Schwantz and all that. When he was against Rainey and Gardner and doing there was.
There has to be. There always has to be
that drive. They were best of friends now.
What was that French fella, Tony? Do you remember the French fella?
Christian Saron, was it?
Saron, yeah. But I really got into Kevin Schwantz back.
Galway Yamaha.
It was it. Galway Yamaha.
Because of the wheeling.
Yeah.
Schwantz was a hoof for wheeling, the jigsaw. Oh, I used to love that. Whoop, whoop, you buy it.
yeah.
But I tell you, but they were all great riders as well.
Savage.
Do you remember the transatlantic race at that time in England?
No.
It was the Yanks against the Brits.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I remember that.
No,
that
no,
was
no.
class. That's when Schwantz and Rainey came on the scene. Like, you know,
Yeah.
No
Schwantz
way.
was on a Gixxer and Rainey was on a Honda. I think
I think the VF. Do you remember the VF 750 or whatever? Cam Jensen Cabries.
It was a series of races in the UK, like, you know, like Brands Hatch and Donington. and
So
stuff
all
like that.
production bikes.
But
Do you know what I mean?
production bikes, yeah. But Schwantz was fucking. He won
Shit
the
hard.
first. He won the first. I think it was 5 races, and if he won the 6th race, he would have fucking got a pot of money, like 100 and something grand or something like that. Yeah.
Go on, yeah.
And fucking, do you think, like, you know, they were both on the American team,
Yeah.
but Rainey fucking wouldn't give him the win, the last win. You know, they could have shared the fucking money, but no.
No, he wouldn't
Rainey
do it.
fucking done his level best of
No
it when he
way.
met him, yeah.
That's cool, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's class. Yeah. I just.
But the racing was fucking fantastic. Like,
Yeah,
But even
it's
look,
different.
even the 2-stroke 500s. I mean,
Yeah.
while I understand what you're saying with all the modern riders like Marquez and all that, but there's 2 things I've seen, and that's why I like BSB, because they've done away with all the electronic aids. It's back down to rider skill. You look at Rainey, Schwantz, all these boys, they were lighting up that back tire purely on feel and throttle control.
Yeah.
There was no electronics.
No.
That's a different level.
Yeah, well, it's good to see the MotoGP now are actually starting to do that. So from next year on, I think it's the ride height. They're doing away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're starting to bring
Because it went like Formula One car driving, right? It wasn't the best.
100cc as well, aren't they?
I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know if that's coming in for next year, but I know I'm nearly certain for next year they're doing away with that ride height is
Yeah.
going to be a.
But it's back to the same thing with Formula One. It wasn't the best driver per se. It was the best electronics package because the car knows where it is on the track.
Yeah. I
And
know
if
for
you-
sure.
and, you know,
man,
and
yeah.
where it is in the corner, and how much grip is there.
Yeah.
And you can plant your. I mean, so the bikes were the same,
Yeah.
right? So BSB done away with all that. Number one, it makes it cheaper,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's back down to rider skill.
You're right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you can ride a bike, you're going to be there.
Look, 100%.
Like, would you
look
talk
at it,
about
100%.
Marquez and what was his teammate in Repsol?
Pedrosa.
Who?
Danny Pedrosa.
Yeah. And it was in Portugal. You know, we have that. Is it Aragon where they have that big, like a big
wall.
wooden wall or wooden block wall behind it, right? But I forget. I think Pedrosa, the 2-1 Repsol Hondas, and they were leading the race anyway. And either Pedrosa ran into the back of Marquez, right? And he got fired off the bike, right? But when he ran up the arse of him, basically the little sensor, wheel sensor, he knocked off Marquez's bike.
Okay. Yeah.
So when he into the next corner and wound it on like he normally would,
Yeah.
Good luck.
he just went into fucking orbit. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, while it's good to see the boys and they can drift that bike and slide it in the corner, but a huge amount of that is electronics.
No, it is 100%. Yeah.
And like Rossi, he rode the 2-strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
so
rode
you have the
first
credit where
GP bikes.
Yeah,
250s, 500s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the year he went to the TT. Do you remember? No, obviously not the race. Remember the year they brought Rossi? Was it that 2008? Was it?
Yeah.
Rossi went to the TT, and I think they were only after bringing out the first big bang or one. He done a lap of the Isle of Man with John McGuinness too, and he was on the big bang. And I always remember him asking him. They interviewed him when he come back in. He says, "What do you think of it?" And he says, "Oh, unbelievable." And he says, would you do it?" And he's like, "No." And he said, "What do you think of the riders?" "Oh, very, very good, but also a little bit crazy."
Yeah.
And he wasn't fucking far wrong, you know what I mean? But aside from all that, like for the likes of Marc Marquez, do you know what I mean? Like you have to see where he started, like, and all the years he's put in, and he would have had serious hard graphs, and to come back from the injury and all that, not to take it, like, I have to credit where credit is due.
Yeah, definitely. Hats off to him. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, he deserves to be. He does. He
but
deserves
like
to be.
he was
where he
wasting
is.
his time on that Honda, like, you know.
Yeah.
And he was overriding the Honda. That's why he kept having accidents.
It's going to be interesting to see, I think, maybe next year, because obviously Yamaha have their V4 now. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going on. I think they done the testing on it, and by all accounts, it was fairly good. But like at the minute, it's Ducati. Like there's no one. Like it's Ducati at the minute.
It's
Like,
getting a
has
bit
been.
like the Honda era, you know.
Yeah.
It was always like
Doing that time.
doing that time.
Yeah. It's
But
just
that was down to Doon as well, you know, at that
Yeah.
time. his skill, like, as a rider.
Absolutely, yeah. But look, it's interesting. There's obviously still a couple of rounds to go. But
and he nearly lost his leg. Remember that crash in the...
I do.
Stitched the two legs together that time, yeah.
Yeah, that Dr. Costa lad.
Dr. Costa,
saved his leg, yeah. They wanted to amputate his leg.
That's right, yeah. I remember that, yeah. There was actually a documentary.
When he invented the thumb brake then.
That's right, yeah.
It's amazing.
Mad.
Well, even the back protector, right? Well, it was Kenny Roberts and Barry Sheen that came up with that.
Yeah.
Because when Barry Sheen came off the bike in Daytona and they wore through, like, that's why he took all the flesh where his kidney was and all that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, they had just a lump of plastic and they just pared it down a bit, but that was the start of it.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Knee sliders didn't have knee sliders that time either.
Yeah.
No,
just put gaffer tape over their knees, like.
That's it. Yeah.
I
remember.
But isn't it gas? It used to be like knee down.
Yeah.
Now, then it's knee and elbow. Now it's shoulder.
Yeah.
Like you see some of them on the motor, and like they're literally their shoulders touching
like
the track.
The side of the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
is
yeah.
completely changed. Like they're
69.
hanging right off the side of the bike now.
69 degrees.
The heaviest part.
Yeah.
Your
But you
body,
you go back to the old bikes.
Down low, like
the 60s and 70s. The boys kept the two knees tight glued to the tank going down the corner. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a picture somewhere in a magazine. I remember, it's there somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's
there's someone looking for ABT now.
Looking for ABT, and I won't go away. No, look.
That's technology for you.
But there's a picture of Barry Sheen going over the railway lines. I think it's could be Belgium or somewhere.
Spa,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he's got to be a pair of red marigold gloves on him because it was pissing rain. Like, just marigold gloves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Good old marigolds, yeah. But
for that time as well, the visors used to keep fogging up and all this,
It's
and then they used to drill little holes in the bottom of the visor
to let the condensation out. Yeah.
And Joey Dunlop used to drill a hole in the chin part for the fag.
Yeah.
Oh, it was that.
But I remember Joey back in the days, like, he'd be smoking the fag until he got on the grid and got on the bike.
Yeah.
And then he'd put out the fag and put on the helmet and then go off racing. And then when he come back from the race, the mechanic would be there waiting with a lift fag. to take out them and swear.
Deadly.
I wouldn't mind
class.
Rotmans. He used to smoke the Rotmans.
Yeah, the sponsor. Well, yeah, they used to sponsor it. I go to race and stuff with the Rotmans team. Yeah. Honestly, wasn't there a Rotmans edition TL1000 or something at one stage? Wasn't there?
Oh.
Was it a Rotmans or no? A Lucky Strike.
No, Lucky Strike.
Yeah. The good old days.
Yeah.
But sure. Look, that's about as much of that as we can talk about now for this week.
Sure. Time wise, how are we doing? Yeah,
we're motoring. We're going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Again, tune in next week. We'll have the full lowdown. The weather, by all accounts, for next week, towards the end of the week, early stages, is showing a high pressure system coming in. So fingers and toes crossed. We'll have good weather for next Saturday's run.
Yeah.
All
good.
Obviously not the following one. Yeah. Okay, and if you want any more information on that and it was discussed in this week's podcast, get in contact. Don't forget to jump on all our social medias. And if you can do me one favour, and that's to jump onto Spotify and give us a 5-star rating, we'd really appreciate it. Okay?
100%, yeah.
Over now for this week, so folks, take it easy.
Bye-bye.